Man communicates ideas to the subconscious through his emotions. In return, the subconscious transmits ideas from mind to mind through telepathy. Your unspoken convictions about others are sent to them without their conscious knowledge or consent, and are subconsciously embraced. This will shape their behavior towards you. That's why whatever you believe to be true about someone is what will be mirrored in your interactions with them. If you think someone is annoying, they will continue to be so for you. However, if you believe someone is delightful and friendly, even if that person is generally perceived as disagreeable and aloof by others, you will observe that their interactions with you become different and more positive. The only ideas that people subconsciously reject are those about them that they wouldn't want to be true for anyone else. Whatever people wish for others can be accepted by them, and according to the law of belief governing subjective reasoning, they are compelled to accept it subjectively and consequently express it objectively accordingly. This is why it's crucial to think and wish only good things for others. The subjective mind is entirely controlled by suggestion. Ideas are suggested when the objective mind becomes partially subjective, which happens when the objective senses are diminished or suspended, such as just before falling asleep. Imagination and faith are the only mental faculties needed to create objective conditions. Faith is crucial for the successful operation of the law of consciousness. It's a purely subjective faith, achieved by suspending active opposition from the operator's objective mind. It solely depends on the ability to feel and accept as true what objective senses deny. The subject's passivity or conscious agreement with the suggestion is not required. Even without their consent or knowledge, they can receive a subjective command that they must express objectively. It's a fundamental law of consciousness that through telepathy, we can have immediate communion with another. The law of thought transmission works effectively when you distance yourself from false teachings perpetuated by mainstream thought and start viewing life through the lenses of frequency and vibration. It becomes much easier to understand and navigate in your favor. We are taught that our thoughts are entirely private and have no impact on what we bring into our lives. However, analyzing thoughts through the lenses of frequency and vibration tells a different story. First, your physical distance from people is relevant due to quantum entanglement. Neville states that a friend 1,000 miles away is rooted in your consciousness through your fixed ideas about them. This is the phenomenon Albert Einstein called spooky action at a distance. In quantum physics, we know that entangled particles remain connected. Therefore, actions performed on one particle affect the other instantaneously, even when separated by vast distances. While common sense believes our thoughts are absolutely private and known only to ourselves, research shows otherwise. There's a wealth of evidence from modern physics across various fields supporting the concept of non-locality. Though we don't fully grasp all the limitations and abilities of thought transmission, we do know it doesn't require a physical connection between two people. Numerous studies have demonstrated that thoughts can be transmitted over great distances, even between individuals who have never met. Numerous studies have delved into significant outcomes on the topic, particularly from the perspectives of prayer and intention, as explored by individuals like link number 2. Your thoughts invariably lead to corresponding actions, provided they are on a matching frequency and resonance. Neville posits that thoughts give rise to a corresponding state that must be objectified. The subject will express this state within themselves and remain unaware of the true cause of their actions. Individuals lack the power to resist their subjective and controlled ideas about themselves unless the state affirmed as true for them is something they are unable to desire to be true for another person. In such a case, the thought returns to the sender, and its fulfillment occurs at its core. The thoughts we deeply believe and hold as true are essentially vibrational frequencies. Understanding what happens can be facilitated by observing how frequencies interact. When two frequencies are equal, they resonate and amplify. Conversely, when two frequencies are not equal, there is no resonance. For instance, if you entertain thoughts of friends spreading gossip about you, Neville's affirmation becomes pertinent. The subject has no power to resist your subjective ideas and controlled ideas about them, unless the state you affirm as true for them is a state they are unable to desire to be true for another. This implies that if you are on a frequency where they also reside, this idea will resonate and manifest within them. Unconsciously, they may start spreading gossip, unaware of the origin of the impulse. However, if they do not maintain the same frequency, as Neville stated, unless the affirmed state is something they cannot desire to be true for another, there will be no frequency correspondence or resonance within them. Consequently, they won't absorb your negative ideas or speak ill of you. Your thought power will not impact them, serving only to reinforce your own empowering frequency. This is a simple yet profound concept. Your deepest thoughts are nothing but vibrational frequencies that attract related experiences to your life, whether you are intentional about them or not. The exciting part is that when you choose to be intentional with your thoughts, you can attract positive and uplifting relationships to your life by creating and maintaining your own frequencies. So, how can thoughts and frequencies be transmitted to others, influencing their behavior? Now it's time for you to put this information into practice. Share with me some thoughts you want to transmit. How do you plan to change your own frequency to attract positive results? Try these techniques and let me know how they work for you. Remember, when we all emit good vibes, the world becomes a much better place for everyone. According to Neville, the simplest way to do this is to establish a mental relationship with the subject. Focus your attention on anyone, then imagine them responding. Listen as they tell you what you want to hear, mentally responding to them and expressing joy in witnessing their good fortune. Hear mentally with the utmost clarity the reality of what you wanted to hear and be thrilled by the news you heard. Return to objective consciousness. Your subjective conversation should awaken what was affirmed. I believe this applies to special situations as well as scenes of congratulations and to those wishing good luck and health for others. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with new content. Stay peaceful and blessed.